Hi everyone, this is Today in History. Today is Friday, February the 16th, the 47th day of 2024. There are 319 days left in the year. On this day in 1620, Frederick William, the great elector of Brandenburg in 1640 through 1688, who restored the Hohenzollern dominions after the devastation of the 30 Years' War, was born. On this day in 1893, Katharine Cornell, one of the most celebrated American stage actresses from the 1920s to the 1950s, was born in Germany. On this day in 1903, American ventriloquist and radio comedian Edgar Bergen was born in Chicago. On this day in 1918, the 20-member Taryba Council of Lithuanian delegates proclaimed their country an independent state. On this day in 1923, the burial chamber of King Tutankhamun was unsealed by British archaeologist Howard Carter. His discovery of the tomb the previous year was one of the most celebrated contributions to Egyptiology. On this day in 1937, DuPont chemist Wallace Hume Carothers patented nylon. On this day in 1938, Australian Chancellor Kurt von Schuschnigg admitted an Australian Nazi to his cabinet, believed to be the first step in the German overthrow of his government. On this day in 1945, American paratroopers landed on Corregidor Island in the Philippines during World War II, and within 2 weeks they had recaptured it from the Japanese. On this day in 1949, the first Knesset, the Hebrew word for assembly, the unicameral parliament of Israel and the supreme authority of that state, opened in Jerusalem. On this day in 1957, the British TV broadcasters BBC and ITV ended a post-war policy in which there was no programming between 6 and 7 at night, known as the toddler's truce. The break was designed to help parents put children to bed. On this day in 1959, after defeating the forces of dictator General Fulgencio Batista, Fidel Castro became premier of Cuba and transformed the island country into the Western Hemisphere's first communist state. Also on this day in 1959, American tennis player John McEnroe was born in West Germany. On this day in 1968, the first official 911 call was placed in the United States, now taken for granted as the first course of action in the event of an emergency by nearly all of the nation's 327 million people. 911 is a relatively recent invention and still was not standard across the United States for many years after its adoption by Congress. On this day in 2005, the NHL became the first North American professional sports league to cancel an entire season. The 2004-2005 season was canceled after the collective bargaining agreement between the owners and the players' union ran out. On this day in 2005, the Kyoto Protocol, an international treaty aimed at reducing the emission of gases that contribute to global warming, went into effect. On this day in 2016, Egyptian scholar and statesman Boutros Boutros-Ghali, who as UN Secretary General from 1992 to 1996 vigorously supported UN mediation in post-Cold War strife and oversaw lengthy and difficult peacekeeping operations in several war-torn countries, died at age 93. All right, everyone, that's it for today. Today is Friday, February the 16th, the 47th day of 2024. There are 319 days left in the year.